Hi everyone, I'm Aastha. I am a subconscious mind healer, a radical healer, a hypnotherapist. I'm also a choreographer, a fitness trainer, and an entrepreneur. I left my corporate job about 7 years back. I've been a mathematician and a statistician before that. So, yes, people do call me quite a 50-50 with the balance of a right brain and a left brain person. I'm here to present to you over the next few podcasts a few insights that I have gathered over my years of healing, working with people, and seeing the trends of mental health and all that's going on. But it's not just to talk about the jargon of it. I want to really break it down and maybe help us all understand why some things work, why some things don't work. And the platform that I'm using to do that is called Connect with Rue. Like the name suggests, this is a channel to help you connect to the truest part of you. That which is not only empowered, but is also accepting, is very, very aware, and it knows what is meant for you and what is not. But very often, we shut this part of us under the jargons of masks, how it should be, what a certain concept is, and we lose that connect. So I'm hoping that this platform and these episodes will help us do that a little bit. And today's topic that I have chosen to talk about is, why does self-love sometimes backfire? Strange, right? I also thought so. That's why I thought I will pick up this topic, because I have been actually noticing this quite a bit, that there are so many people who say get into therapy, get into healing themselves, and it becomes all about loving yourself, accepting yourself. But somewhere there isn't peace. There is still anger associated with that. Self-love starts to come with this thing of trying to prove yourself and maybe try and be right for most of the aspects, and let the other person know that they're not. And overall, there is disharmony in the environment. I wonder why. So I thought, let's break that down today. Let's understand what self-love really is, and sometimes how we use it as a cover-up. So when we think of self-love, what are the adjectives that would come to our mind? It makes us feel warm, fuzzy, very loved, very loving. It has a certain sense of peace, harmony, joy, happiness, right? But what do we very often see around us? Have we noticed that somewhere when we start to love ourselves, when we get into the space of that I have to accept everything about myself, even my flaws are okay, I am right, the world is wrong sometimes, I have to stand my ground because I love myself so much. The feeling changes, right? The environment kind of starts giving us a slightly opposite feedback. It's almost like there is a fight mechanism. You find people somewhere misunderstanding you. The more you love yourself, the more people misunderstand you sometimes. The more you accept yourself, you find other people not accepting you or misunderstanding you. And there is like a disharmony in and around you as well, in you as well. Why do I say that? Because even you are not at peace. You're claiming to love yourself. We say we love ourselves. But that part of us in our heart is not quiet, is not okay. Why? Because all the books say, every therapy session you go for says that accept yourself, love yourself, and then the world will love you. Then what goes wrong? So let's talk about a story. Okay. There's a girl. She's gone through a recent, say, heartbreak, or maybe friends betraying her. And to get over that, she goes in for therapy, for counseling. And over the sessions, she learns to empower herself. She learns to accept her mistakes, her flaws. Everything that could be so called wrong about her is somewhere translated that yes, there is a reason, it's right, it's okay. Okay. Because the focus is on making you feel okay. Making the girl feel that she can go out there in the world and handle life. But this is a mask. Because self-love is not there so you can handle the world. Well, it's not just there so you can handle the world and life ahead. Self-love starts with first acknowledging what you are going through. The grief, the hurt, the sadness. And it has to be your story. It cannot be a blame game. The moment you make it about, oh, poor me, I went through this, someone else did this to me. Now, anything that comes after it is a mechanism of protecting yourself from getting hurt again. And when the starting point is to prevent yourself from getting hurt again because you feel so unprotected and because you have been hurt before, invariably you attract that from the environment again and again. And the more you love yourself, the more you attract feeling hurt. Because you missed two very important steps in the middle. 1, acknowledge all that you are feeling and make it your story. Don't put it on the other person. You felt sad. Your heart broke. You felt betrayed. There is no wrong or right in any experience that we go through, unfortunately. When we don't learn from it, when we don't understand ourselves better via it, and you make it a blame game, that what I did was right, the other person was wrong, now you are getting into a fight. In the name of empowering yourself, you are disempowering someone else, the situation you went through, your circumstances and your experiences. That's just a transference. That's not self-love. Because when we truly, truly love ourselves, what happens is you begin to love the world around you as well. And that is your biggest feedback. If in the process of accepting yourself, if in the process of loving yourself, if in the process of forgiving yourself and the other, you are unable to accept life, situations, circumstances, people, then there is a gap. You are masking it. And which is why self-love backfires so many times, because we are using it as a mask. We actually don't. We still haven't accepted ourselves. We still haven't accepted that we let ourselves go through that experience. We haven't accepted that we could feel that bad about something. We haven't accepted that we could be so petty about so many things. We don't. Instead, we are so quick to jump the gun and be like, that person did this to me, so I'm going through this. So let's make a list of my good qualities and my bad qualities, which are good, without even understanding what they're really serving you. And it just becomes a checklist. So what can we do to ensure that self-love doesn't backfire? Well, step 1. Check if you are feeling anything but neutral when you're beginning to love yourself. So by that I mean, if you are entering this zone of loving yourself when you are feeling unprotected, when you are feeling hurt, when you're feeling rejected, when you're feeling dishonored, when you're feeling betrayed, please first work on these feelings. These emotional charges first need to be addressed and understood with awareness. That's one. Two, when you are accepting yourself, because another word for self-love is self-acceptance, that acceptance needs to come with awareness. It doesn't need to come from a space of ignoring it. It doesn't need to come from a space of making an excuse for it. And it definitely doesn't need to come from a space of defeatism. Aware acceptance is that part of you that when you understand what that so-called flaw is even serving you, why are you even sticking with it for so long? The game changes. You want to play a different game now. And that is when true acceptance happens. Before that, you're just using it as a mechanism to either make an excuse or just take pride in it. Yeah, so what? I'm wrong. But this is good about me. I can manage it. No, that's not what self-love is. Because that is going to create further disharmony. The more arrogant you get about yourself, your good and bad qualities, the more other people in your life will get defensive. There are no two ways about it. True self-love and self-acceptance actually makes us very, very humble. And by humble, I don't mean we just put our head down and keep saying yes to everyone. No, that's not what it is. Humble is when you know all that you are and you have made your peace with it. Because when you truly make your peace with it, you will automatically be at peace with the environment around you. And that is your third most important point to remember whether self-love is working. Because self-love exudes out. You have to, when you love yourself truly, when you accept yourself truly, you're not a hypocrite. So that translates to the outside world, and we are able to see joy, happiness, peace, resonance, reasons for why other people are also being the way they are. You may not accept it, you may not agree with it, but you are at peace with it because you are at peace within about who you are. And that's when you know the self-love and the self-acceptance is true. It's not a mask. It's not a facade. If you're using this as a compensation mechanism to protect yourself, to not get hurt again, to stand your ground so that no one can touch you, that's okay as well. But just know that don't cover it up as self-love. Because when you truly love yourself, everyone else is somewhere an extension of you as well. You learn to love and accept them. And there is overall harmony in and around you. So if parts of this resonated with you, if all of it resonated with you, and if you would like to understand this phenomena better so that self-love is no longer backfiring for you and there's harmony in and around you, please do reach out. We can work on this, we can go deeper with this, we can understand what games we are playing. Feel free to reach out to me on email. The email ID is reach.ruhme@gmail.com. That is reach.ruhme@gmail.com. You can also DM us on our Instagram page, which is Connect with Ruh, R-U-H. Yeah, thank you.